If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is January the 27th, 2023, and today the topic is Incredible Me. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. I want to say thank you to those that tuned in last night to our first episode of Biblical Sex. Shout out to Miss Angela again for this collaboration. If you all missed that chat, then go to our channel, God, Sex, and Love. You guys should see the playlist and everything like that. Last night we talked about 12 types of intimacy. I don't think I knew that there was 12 types of intimacy, and so Miss Angela did a great job of breaking that down and everything like that. So yeah, I feel like that's a great start to the new series, Biblical Sex 101. So by all means, go and check it out and everything like that. We also put out a poll. We put out a poll on the GSL channel because Miss Angela wants to know what y'all want to learn next. So go and check out that poll on our channel. Please vote and everything like that and let us know what you guys want to learn. So next month, Biblical Sex 101 episode 2 will be all about you guys and what you guys want to learn. So yeah, y'all know that today is Friday, so we have a new episode of the GSL talk show that will be airing tonight. It is a conversation with Pastor Dr. Benny T. I'm trying to find his name. Dr. Benny T. Davis Sr. Dr. Benny T. Davis Sr. So I hope that you all check out that episode tonight and everything like that. Okay, so I know that it's much later than usual. By the time I hit the go live button, it was 6:50, right? And y'all know what I try to do. I try to have this thing out by 6. I was up, even though I'll just tell y'all what happened. So long story short, I woke up later last night, like maybe something after midnight. I didn't even pay attention to the times. Because my mind was just so engulfed on something that I guess I will share. But I guess we'll get into that in a moment. But anyway, with my mind being engulfed on all of those different types of things, ultimately, I did try to go back to sleep. I did. I woke back up at 4, but was kind of tired. I hit the snooze. All this different stuff happened this morning, basically. I listened to the prayer meditation, but I fell asleep on it. So by the time I woke up again, I listened to it again just to get my heart and mind focused, because at the end of the day, again, I wasn't paying attention to any of the times or anything like that. So I was like, well, I don't have necessarily quote unquote inspiration. Let me get my heart and mind settled. And so I listened to the prayer meditation again. And then ultimately, that alongside of everything that I was thinking about last night is why I'm talking about this subject today. Incredible me. Now, before you start thinking about that your girl is out here narcissistic or anything like that, trying to make everything about me or whatever, I guess it's confession time. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, how much to share, because I don't want to share too much, in regards to giving the enemy more ammunition, to use against me, everything like that. But, I do feel led to share some things. So we'll see what the Lord do, with this conversation. But, yeah. So, Incredible Me. Again, you may be wondering, like, why is the title that this morning? this thing supposed to be Bible study. This thing supposed to be about the Lord, you know, and everything like that. And you're right. You're right. You know, I was asking the Lord that as well when He gave me creative, incredible me this morning. I was like, well, incredible God, right? Incredible, you know. But He led me back to incredible me, and I just was like, okay. So let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. All right, so y'all know that I went out and hustled in the streets yesterday after I did the juice. Which to me was, I mean, it was a regular, you know, day, morning, you know. I didn't think anything of it or whatever, but there is some things I noticed. So, so I'll say this. I'll start off by saying this. Apparently, I must have looked like something yesterday. I don't know. Like, I don't know how, because I was like, I got a sweatshirt on, I got a beanie. Like, I don't even understand. But I was noticing that apparently I was getting like, I won't say a lot of attention, but I was noticing more attention than usual. Like maybe it was normal attention, but I was noticing it more yesterday. So I put it like that. I mean, there was a couple of gentlemen, right, that you know, I guess tried to approach and make conversation, and then ultimately asked me if I was married, things like that. But outside of, you know, those, I guess, couple of brave souls, you know, I was noticing like smiles that would linger, looks that would linger, things like that. And I just was like, okay, you know, I just made a note to myself to like joke to my husband about it. You know, when I got home, I just was like, okay, I had to tell him, oh, I must have looked like something today, husband. What was it? What was it? Was it the sweatshirt? Was it the beanie? Like, what was it? You know? And I did. I joked about it when I got home, and he told me what he thought it was, which, you know, as a, you know, what a man would probably say that it is, which is interesting because again, I didn't see nobody looking at particular parts of my body or nothing, but whatever. And on one hand, I feel like it was something that I feel like the Lord was. I know this might sound crazy to people, so by all means, if it sounds crazy to you, sorry. You know, I'm just anyway. On one hand, I guess in my heart, I think maybe it was something the Lord was showing me. You know, but on the other hand, it was something that was like, how can I say? Like, I guess can be used against me, because I don't know what I exude, right? I don't know what y'all see when y'all see me or hear when y'all hear me. Maybe I exude confidence, right? Maybe I exude that, oh, yeah, you got it together or something. I don't know, but there's something about me that's like, the opposite of narcissistic, I would think. Like, it's like putting myself down in some ways, right? Maybe something in me feels unworthy of certain things. Or something in me seeks certain attention or something, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously I want it from my husband, right? But at the end of the day, when I think I've been honest, right? I've been very honest on here about things. Like I said, I'm just very hesitant because it's like I don't want to put out too much because obviously, you know, this is social media, you know what I'm saying? And so obviously anybody can watch this could then be like, oh yeah, I know what to say to her or whatever. And it's not about that, you know, at least I don't think this conversation is about that. I think it's more so about like this feeling of unworthiness, right? Or this feeling of like feeling like, not say less than or something. Like, I mean, I think I'm an attractive person, you know. I don't think I'm like some, you know, ragamuffin or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's a weird thing. 'Cause I know it's like I say these jokes, I guess, about myself. And I know anytime I do it, my husband's like, oh, here she goes, you know, or whatever. Or he'll just look at me strange or whatever. Like, why are you even saying that about yourself or something? But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's something deep within that's like feeling unworthy, right? Like, oh, well, why is someone looking at me? Or why is, you know, or whatever, you know, no, I don't think I looked particularly like, I didn't put myself together yesterday. I wasn't wearing no fancy dress. I wasn't wearing no makeup. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know, I don't think I was like putting myself out there to be like, oh yes, I'm fabulous. Look at me, you know. But for whatever reason, I seem to be, garnering some attention or something. And that is, how can I say it? It's like, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I guess I also don't think it's a good thing. Like it makes me think about negative things, if that makes any sense. Like it makes me not say question my husband and his love and stuff, but it does make me think about, like, I guess what I don't get, right? Or what I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to confess, but at the same time I'm trying not to say too much. So anyway, so with those things being said, I hope that this sets the, I guess, tone or the understanding of why this topic is what it is today. I know somebody was watching live and then they tuned out, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm losing people. But I mean, I felt led to study this morning. I felt led to share this morning, because I feel like I'm sure there's other people like me, right? There's other people that put ourselves down. And I know the Bible tells us to think of other people more than yourself, or think more highly of other people than yourself, and things like that. But at the same time, I learned somewhere, and I can't remember where. But it's like this whole, you have to find balance, right? You can't think low of yourself, and you can't put yourself high above others either. And I wish I could. I don't know if it's something that I studied for the Jews. I don't know if it's something I heard. I don't know. But I kept thinking about that this morning, as I was trying to look up verses and figure out, what this conversation was going to even be or be like or whatever. So incredible me, right? Incredible me. Like, I tuned into this video that Dana did yesterday, Miss Dana Ray. And, she was talking about how different things, the Lord was using different things that was happening throughout her day to speak to her. And that did make me think about my day, right? And what was God trying to say to me through these interactions. Now, on one hand, it's like, was this a temptation? Was this nobody said anything out of the way. Everybody was being gentlemen. Like all the, guys, whatever, were being gentlemen. It wasn't nothing like, I'm just saying I noticed more yesterday. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was anything that was like done out of the way or done in a way where it's like, oh, I should be on guard or something. It just was, I look up and I see someone smiling at me. You know what I mean? Or I look up and I'm see someone say good morning, and then I look up, I'm like, and I say good morning, and then I looked, was looking at my phone or something, and I noticed like they were intentional about telling me, goodbye when they left. You know what I mean? Things like that. Like, it just was little stuff like that I was noticing. And then I guess after I listened to Dana Ray's message yesterday, I was trying to figure out like, what was it, or if there was something that the Lord was trying to speak to me through that or through those interactions. That I'm missing, right? Because my mind is so focused on putting myself down, or my mind is so focused on quote unquote what I don't have. I know when I woke up last night, some of this was on my mind, and I was debating. I was trying to figure out like not just what to do about it, but I guess different ways to handle this thing, right? Because again, I know I've confessed already about like, the dynamic between my husband and I and what he has going on. And, I understand that he can't just be here all day, sitting here talking to me or, sitting here telling me things, or sitting here to affirm that, oh, I'm this, I'm that, or whatever, and I don't know. I mean, maybe I did hype up marriage in my mind. While I was single, maybe I did, think that, oh, my husband would just say, I did think of ways that, I felt like me and my husband would interact. And we do, right? We do interact in those ways. But it was interesting because I was starting to try to take notes yesterday of like what I was feeling, what I was thinking, what is the root and what is the like real thing that's the issue. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like there's some type of disconnect or issue when it comes to me, right? And this whole thing. And so I'm trying to get some understanding of that. I didn't necessarily want to write down my desires and all that because at some point I would do that in the past, and didn't want to do that yesterday. I just like, I don't even want to think about like what it is I want and what it is I quote unquote lack, or anything like that, So why am I telling y'all this? Well, I guess I say all this to say that, hey y'all, like they say, the devil is busy out here and he will use anything, right? Kind words and gestures and whatever, was used to cloud my mind with doubt, right? Cloud my mind with, feelings of unworthiness, cloud my mind with, all of those type of things. When at the end of the day, maybe the Lord just was trying to show me that, hey, his light is shining through me. You know what I'm saying? Or, maybe they just saw, I don't know. I don't know. So with all of that being said, I studied Incredible Me today. And so, let's get into it. So basically, when I looked up the word incredible, it says impossible to believe, difficult to believe, extraordinary. Now, again, I'm not sitting here trying to puff myself up, right? I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, yes, I am this, I am that, yes, I'm incredible. No, I think, but at the same time, too, I don't need to be, like, throwing myself in mud, right? I don't need to be sitting here talking about, like, I'm not nothing. At the end of the day, I am somebody, right? At the end of the day, I am beautifully and wonderfully made, right? At the end of the day, I am unique, right? I am what God says I am, right? And so again, I think balance, right, is what we all need. So let's keep going. So when I started to look up different Bible verses, I did start looking up some centered around like incredible God, incredible me, so many different phrases that I was looking up. But here's the ones that stood out to me to share. So 1 John 1:9, it says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. So here I am, right, confessing my sins, in the hopes, again, yes, to encourage and inspire the next person, but also, yes, to hopefully be cleansed and whatnot from these things, to hopefully get some understanding of these things, and then, again, see what the Lord wants me to do about these things and with these things. Because, again, these thoughts aren't just for me to beat up myself, right? These thoughts aren't just for me to take them and then look at my husband in a negative light, or any of this stuff, or to make light of the blessings, right? Make light of what God has done with me, for me, and through me, and everything like that. I know I took a moment to kind of reflect on, that situation I had told y'all about a few months ago. I think I told y'all, but I can't remember how much I told y'all. So, but anyway, there was an interaction with a gentleman, I put it like that I was trying to coach, right? Trying to encourage and inspire to get closer to his wife, right? But ultimately, I started to notice like familiar patterns, right? Or a familiar spirit, right? Within the messages from that person. And so, but I noticed that I was combating those things. I noticed that I wasn't like leaning into those things and allowing those things to like fully engulf me into my own quote unquote triggers, right? I was trying my best to speak wisdom and whatnot. But yeah, so I mean, again, as I confess here, y'all, as I confess, like I said, I'm trying to encourage and inspire as well as just be honest, right? Yeah, I guess this is a low point, right? This is a point where you know, I mean, I guess y'all get my highs, right? And then y'all get my lows here on the juice. And so, yeah, this is something that I, quote unquote, struggle with. This is something that I'm working on or trying to get some understanding or whatever. So, let's keep going. 1 Peter 5:7. It says, cast your anxieties on him because he cares for you. So, yeah, you know, even though, yes, I did take some time to kind of make some notes and try my best to actively, you know, combat these thoughts and combat these quote unquote temptations to fall back into my old ways of handling situations. You know, I did try to, you know, cast these concerns or take these concerns to the Lord. And then ultimately, the more I did try to do that, the more I did see like how the things that was on my heart and mind were lies. You know, at the end of the day, like feeling unworthy, feeling quote unquote unpretty, feeling, you know, whatever. It's all lies. Like, actually, it made me think about a conversation I had with Miss Angela last night. Like, I know she said that someone on social media made a quote about or made a comment to her talking about like, oh, well, why should we listen to you? Nobody wants to have sex with you anyway. Her as the Christian sexpert, and she basically just, you know, brought up the fact that, you know, people think that it's easy to just, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it, like pick on plus size people, and whatnot. But she is in a 20-year marriage and counting, you know. So obviously that person don't know what they're talking about, right? They're trying to use the way she looks against her, right, to discredit her as the Christian sexpert, right? When at the end of the day, her track record shows. Like, I mean, she has a child. As far as I know, at least one. I don't know how many she has, but you know, I know she has a child, so that is fruit from sex. She's married, you know, and everything like that. So that says that somebody wants to have sex with her, you know, and everything like that. And so, yeah, like, but the enemy, right, is trying to put this lie out there that nobody wants to have sex with her, right? It's trying to put this lie in her heart and mind about, you know, that perhaps her looks has something to do with that. And see, that's a lie, because at the end of the day, her life shows the truth. So same for me, you know, same for me. You know, I was thinking about the different things, you know, how I was feeling and stuff. But at the same time, the Lord was showing me like what my reality is, what is the truth. And so I guess I say all that to say, let's get into this next verse, because I think it goes well with what I'm saying here. And that's Philippians 4:8. It says, finally, brothers, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. So, yeah, you know, there's no need to dwell on the lies, right? There's no need to, you know, feel those emotions and then beat yourself down. You know, you can combat those things with the truth. You know, I just told y'all 2 practical ways already when it came to Miss Angela's situation, and then even me and my situation. Like, yeah, okay, I may have been feeling a way in those moments, but at the end of the day, again, when the Lord reminded me of the truth, you know, ultimately my mind and my heart and mind started to shift in regards to the whole thing. So, there you go, man. That's ultimately the juice this morning. I mean, I do have one more verse to share. But there's a couple of more in the Golden Deeper section for you all to peruse and let marinate on your hearts, souls, and minds. But if anybody else is out there like me, right, and finding yourself beating yourself up, right, finding yourself feeling like I am unworthy of whatever it is, and things like that, here is something that I hope will encourage and inspire us all. And it is Psalm 139:14. It says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. I have the Bible verse of the day that I want to share before I let you guys go, and that is Philippians 4:19. It says, but my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Again, friends, I hope that you all enjoyed the juice this morning. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you all tonight on the GSL Talk Show, right? And prayerfully in the morning if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, you know, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.